Welcome fourth graders to your editing lesson for today. The paragraph below tells about a special event celebrated in December. Can you find and mark 10 errors in the paragraph? You might look for errors dealing with, and this takes us to our cups chart. So we are going to be editing and correcting 10 errors in the nonfiction paragraph. And we're going to be using our cups column, 4-column chart to check off which error is dealing with words that need to be capitalized, verb usage, punctuation, and spelling. So your objective is you will edit the 10 errors in the nonfiction paragraph using your cup strategy. And you're going to be completing it with me, and you are learning about a new holiday, Kwanza, and this is nonfiction, meaning it's true. When you're done, you'll click the green checkmark and seesaw to turn this in. So let's get started. The first thing you have to do when you edit is you have to read it out loud. Held from December 26th to January 1st, Kwanzaa is an African American holiday that were first celebrated in 1966. Its name comes from words in the Swahili language that means first fruits, and it honors the harvest celebrations of Africa. Among the symbol of Kwanzaa are a mat, a candle holder, and corn. The mat stands for tradition, the candle holder stands for family roots, and the corn stands for children and the future. Now, reading it out loud, hopefully you could hear a lot of things that did not sound okay. That sounded a little weird, and those are the things we need to edit. So when we edit, you only focus on words that need to be capitalized or words that were capitalized incorrectly, matching the verb usage, the punctuation, and the spelling. Let's look at the first sentence. Held from December 26th to January 1st, Kwanzaa is an African American holiday that were first celebrated. We're going to pause right there. Look at the word were. It's a special kind of verb, and we need to fix that. So move one of the text boxes with me, and right above it, we're going to type in was. So now it reads, an African American holiday that was first celebrated in 1966. So after you type in the word was and place it above the word were, get your marker, cross out the word were. Now this kind of error is dealing with verb usage. So add a check mark underneath the U in our cups for column notes in our little chart right here. We had to match the correct verb, and it was not used in the correct way. That's why it's called verb usage, from were to was. So one down. We have 9 more errors to go. Its name come from, we're going to pause right there. That's the contraction of the word it is. It's 2 separate words when the apostrophe is being used. Should it be it is name or its name? I want you to move your text box above the word it is, because it should just be spelled it's with no apostrophe. So then you get your marker, you cross out it is because now it is its, and that is a error dealing with spelling. So add a check mark underneath the S. That's a spelling error. Then now we have a sentence that reads, its name come from words. We're going to pause. We're going to move our text box above the word its name come, and it should be spelled its name comes from words. So get your marker, cross out that spelling, because we had to add the S. So now what kind of error was that? Dealing with the C, the U, or the P, or the S in cups. This was a spelling error, so it was dealing with the S in our acronym cups. And this acronym is going to help you to remember what to look for when you edit. only 4 things. So now it reads, its name comes from words in the Swahili language that mean first fruits. Now, languages always are capitalized. They're proper nouns. Right here, Swahili starts with the lowercase s. So we need to move over to the hand feature, and we're going to move the 3 lines underneath the letter S, because that S needs to be capitalized, and the 3 lines, that editing mark is placed underneath a letter that should be uppercase. So then after you place it underneath the little s, the lowercase s, we're going to get our marker, and then we're going to draw an, ooh, that was bad, take 2, an uppercase S, like that. Now, what kind of error was that? Now, that error was dealing with the C in cups. That letter needed to be capitalized. So add a check mark there. So make sure to follow along with me. Swahili is a proper noun and it gets capitalized. So Swahili language that mean first fruits, and it honors the harvest celebrations of Africa. Now, Africa is a proper noun, so I want you to move the 3 lines underneath symbol, the 3 line symbol, underneath the letter A in the word Africa, because that's a proper noun. Then, after you move it underneath the A, I want you to get your marker, and I want you to draw an uppercase A above it. So I'm going to pause so you can catch up. I know drawing with the marker is a little difficult. That's why I'm only asking you to draw letters, not words. And Africa, once again, is a proper noun. It's a continent. Continents are always capitalized. Then we need to add a check mark underneath the C, because that was another error dealing with words that need to be capitalized. Then we're missing a period somewhere. So I'm going to read this to you once again, starting from the beginning of the sentence. Its name comes from words in the Swahili language that mean first fruits, and it honors the harvest celebrations of Africa. Among the symbol of Kwanza are a mat, a candle holder, and corn. Whew, we need to add a period. Where does that period go? Now, a period goes at the end of a complete sentence, which includes a subject and a predicate. So I need to add the period right there after the word Africa. And your hint was that the letter A was already capitalized, because the beginning of sentences are always capitalized. So please add the period at the end of Africa. Among the symbol of Kwanza, we're going to pause right there. Make sure that you move a text box above the word symbol, and we're going to type in symbols. Among the symbols of Kwanza. Now, if we added an S at the end of the word symbol, that means we need to cross out this spelling, and this is a spelling error, so add a check mark underneath the S in our cups chart. So now, among the symbols of Kwanza are a mat, a candle holder, and corn. We need to add one of these commas right here after the word mat. So please move it along with me, and the editing marks are right here. So whenever you have items listed in a series, we have the mat, the candle holder, and corn being listed. We always have a comma after each one, and then the last item has a comma and then the conjunction and. So among the symbols of Kwanza are a mat, a candle holder, and corn. So please add the comma after the word mat. The mat stands for tradition. The candle holder stands for family roots. And the corn stands for children and the future. Once again, we're listing items in a series, so we need to add the comma. So please move the little comma icon, editing mark, and you're going to add it after the word tradition. The mat stands for tradition. The candle holder because it's describing what each thing represents. Then our last error is going to be right here. And the corn stands for children. Notice how there's an S at the end of stands, and look how it's used here. Stand. The mat stands for tradition. The candle holder stand for family roots. We're missing an S, so please move the last text box. We're going to place this underneath the word stand because we have that editing mark above it. And I want you to type in stands. You're adding an S. Then you get your marker and you cross out that spelling. Now it reads, the mat stands for tradition, the candle holder stands for family roots, and the corn stands for children and the future. And I'm going to rewrite that because I was blocking the comma like that. So we have to go back and add 2 check marks underneath the P in our cups chart because commas are different kinds of punctuation marks. Then we need to add 1 more check mark because we added an S at the end of the word stand. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we need to go back and add the period. We forgot to add a check mark underneath the P when you added the period with me. So now that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 errors. So great job, 4th graders. Make sure that your Kwanza paragraph has all the edit marks and you have successfully corrected this with me. Click on the green check mark when you are done. Thank you for watching, 4th graders.